Okay, I'm like, it's just going to be a working night. If y'all want to come join, you can. We're going to just take it nice and slow. I'm going to be working on things for this upcoming sale. Isn't that nice? Turquoise and coral. And the camera's making it look kind of green, but that's actually a blue, the turquoise. And it is an out west belt buckle. So I'm going to make my little stuff that I do for it. So as people come in, I will chat with you. I am just hello. I don't know who's in, but hi everybody. I got a bunch of jewelry in today, and I'm going through it tonight and getting it ready for the buy it now sale. So this is kind of a preview. Hey Willow, are you busy? You want to come in? If so, I'll drop it to you, Willow. Let me grab it real fast. How is your day going? Oh, no, I can't remember your name. I can't remember your last name. Hold on. Oh my God, it just left my brain. Isn't that horrible? And I knew it this morning. Oh, there it is. I got it. Oh, there it is. I'm just now going live. Well, I better mute myself. Thanks, Amy. I'm just now going live. Wow. There's a huge delay for sure. Okay, we are back here and we are going to here. Hold on, darling. I got you. I don't know why I forgot your name. I'm such an idiot because I know it. Okay, it is sent. Cripes. Okay, so this is an out west. And these suckers can go up to hundreds of dollars. And this one's vintage. Hi, ladies. Both of y'all have the link now to come in. But I can't find this exact one. So I'm going to put this one at 35. Look at that. It's an out west. Oh my goodness. I can't. I'm on live right now. I can't take her call. Hey, there's Willow. How
Hello,
are you?
dear. Been a long day.
Yeah, I've had a long one too, but how are
Amy
you?
says she's shoveling food in her face, so I'm guessing she'll be in when she's done doing that.
Awesome. Look at this. Isn't this nice?
That is stunning.
Yeah. I mean, I looked up this brand out west. They go up into the hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, they can. Is that a belt
But
buckle or what is that?
it is, it's a belt buckle.
Okay.
See,
Yeah, I can't wear them.
it's a vintage.
It sucks.
So I'm thinking $35 is what I'm going to put on this bad boy.
Yeah.
I've got this already. Well, this is like a work night. I lucked out and got, oh man, I lucked out and got a haul today.
Cool.
But I'm always nervous when I spend money.
Yeah, I squeak too, but
I've got to
so do
squeak.
I. So
You
do
know,
I.
we have to squeak. You and I are in the same boat, right?
Hmm.
So I was like, but sometimes there's this thing you've got to spend to make.
Well, I'm not a reseller, so I don't have to go there, but
Well, I'm not catering my business to resellers so much as I am to just regular people. I do have some reseller stuff, but
no, I
not much.
mean being a reseller,
Oh, well,
not
it helps
doing
me.
reseller lots.
It helps me to make
Yeah,
ends.
yeah, I
So,
buy for sanity mostly. Um,
did you say sanity?
yeah, my crafts are my sanity.
Look at this. This is just not even a fourth of what I got today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're going to go through these and then I'm going to write my little notes that I write in the little bags with them
Hmm.
and put what size they are.
Well, I'm not working on jewelry, but I am bead weaving on my tarot bag I've been working on.
Oh, that thing is absolutely stunning.
Well, I am like 2 stitches away from having the bottom on it.
Awesome. Okay, this is a size 9. Okay, so I'm going to write this down here. I hear that this is size 9.
And literally right at the corner. And then the thrill of weaving out. It's just kind of like watching grass grow. But
And this isn't even pretty. See, this is this one.
no, that's
Green.
pretty.
It is.
I like the looks of that kind of thing, but I don't wear the Art Deco-ish look. I'm more of an Art Nouveau kind of gal.
Well, I've got some of the same, just different sizes.
Yeah.
This lady just was like, I'm done. I don't know what was happening in her life. But she gave me the displays and everything. Just like, here. I'm like, wow. So I don't know what was happening in her life that she was just like, okay, I'm done.
Sounds like reseller burnout.
Well, this lady has a nice job. She wasn't. Yeah. I just.
Well, whether she just lists of it on eBay or Mercari or something here and there, or
I'm not really sure if she did any of that. I don't know. We didn't really. I don't know her. Ooh, there is. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
How are y'all?
I had to walk away from the house because of the boys.
The boys are being loud tonight.
Well, kind of, but I'm afraid of what they'll say, so I walked away so nobody else would hear it. They got potty mouth.
Well, okay, this is a size 9 as well.
It's a good thing my camera was off.
Do what?
I dropped ash down my cleavage and didn't even think about it and started going spelunking
I
for
only
it.
have myself up right now so people can
Yeah, I see that, but
and it's only showing one person, so I guess it doesn't show y'all when y'all are in either. How are you feeling, Miss Hot Mess?
I want to go back to bed. I've been in bed more than anything today.
I know you said you didn't feel good.
Well, that's no good.
No.
She's telling me to go get checked out. I'm like, it's not that. It's just, it's between my teeth and my allergies. It's going crazy.
Seasonal funk.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't it pretty? It's a size 9, though. It's bigger than my fingers.
Holy crap. I couldn't wear that on any of my fingers.
Yeah, you got little hobbit hands.
My biggest finger is, it's a 7.
Okay, Kat. Where did you swipe my
This is just a
grabber off?
work thing.
Work and hangout.
Yeah. Because I had, yeah. Wow, words. They just didn't want to come out of my mouth just then. I had to take Merlin was his yearly checkup. Okay, this is a size 9. And that's gold tone. To go get his stuff. He weighs 14 pounds. She says, okay, he's not obese, but I don't need him getting any bigger than this. I'm like, okay. They
It's those French fries.
Yeah, because he does like them. Because I don't eat
Of
them.
course he likes them. They're a big ball of grease. Like that's why we like them too.
Yeah,
They
but I
taste so
don't. I don't
good.
eat them. It's like I don't eat them suckers. Okay, so this one is number 3.
I don't very
4.
often, but every once in a while I treat myself. Again,
Well, right now, if I do
I
anything with
actually
salt, my freaking leg keeps swelling.
I have one that retains a little bit of water, but it's because the knee's totally blown.
That one's an 8.
But it's not enough to be concerned with, and it kind of ebbs and flows. So,
Right?
but it's
I
not.
just ate fries. Does that surprise you?
No,
No,
you are only
stop
eating.
it. Oh my gosh, this cat. Timmy, I didn't even know he was there. He rolled over and wrapped his entire body around both of my legs.
He's hugging you.
Well, the first thing they got him testing for um, heartworm. He is fine
Yay.
on all the blood work they did on him. But she said he's having all his vaccines done right now, so I'm not giving him that shot. I go back in 2 weeks and he gets that shot. She wants his body to get adjusted to everything that they did. And it was like watching, when you take your kids in, they had them drink the stuff for the measles or whatever that was, and then they gave him 2 other shots. It was the same thing. She had him drink some stuff for one of his vaccines and gave him 2 shots in the booty and all this stuff. And by the time we got home, when he walked in the house, he just threw up all over my living room floor. I was like, oh, Jesus. So I had to clean all that up because he has been laying since. And the thing of it is, I had bathed him beforehand, which always kind of traumatizes him for me to bathe him. And he is not feeling good.
He pooped.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, anytime they give him anything oral, the car ride home will often cause the collie-wobbers to walk them a little bit before you take them in.
Yeah, well, they didn't tell me, or I damn sure would have. But then oh, I can't remember what the heck I was going to say. Size 9. So these are kind of on the bigger size, but a lot of women I know have bigger fingers.
Yep, I'm an 8, 9, and 10.
So far, these have all been 9s.
Yep, which is my middle finger. 8 is my ring finger, 9 is my middle, 10 is my pointer finger, and my thumb. They're both the same size.
Is it weird that my pointer, my ring, and my thumb are all the same size?
Nope.
And my those are a 6.5. My middle finger is a 7, and my pinky is like a 3.5 to a 4.
Wow.
My pinky is like a 5 3/4, but I can't wear rings on my pinky. My pinkies taper so significantly, I can't keep a ring on them. Even if it's snug.
I try to wear my grandma's engagement ring, or what, the wedding band. I don't know. Like my cousin got one, I got the other to make it fair, and I didn't care which one it was. So whichever one she didn't want, that's the one I have. And I try to put it on my pinky, but it's between a 4.5 and a 5, so it's just a little too big, and it'd fall off.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have it resized or anything. It was my grandma's.
Yeah.
Well, this one
Yeah, I have
was
my grandma's wedding rings from my mom's
That almost
side.
looks like a face.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on my finger real quick.
And in mom's engagement ring, they put.
Does that look
one
like a
of the-
face to you too?
It does. It looks like a face.
She called it Art Deco, like the Art
Does that
Deco
make
style.
sense?
Yeah.
Oh, Willow, you remember when we were talking about making jewelry for baby dolls out of like earrings and whatnot?
Mhm.
Grace had taken like one of those stretchy paparazzi rings.
Uh-huh.
That's what she uses on her American Girl doll as a bracelet.
Mhm.
I was like, I said, have you been talking to Willow? She goes, only in my dreams. She talks to me in my dreams. And I'm like, whatever, kid.
Hey, it works.
The other morning she comes in the kitchen and I'm like, oh, you did your eyebrows today? And she goes, my eyebrows are on fleek. And I'm like, what? I was so confused. I was like, I don't know what that means. And she goes, they're on point. I'm like, I'm joking, Grace. I know what that means. I was seeing if she'd tell me. Sometimes they just laugh at me.
This one's a size 6.
Kids just do that to mom. It's a generational.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. Or like a 6.5, it looks like. Yeah, 6.5.
A little tiny one then.
Huh?
It's a little tiny one then.
Yeah. See, will it fit my finger? It's too
Yeah, I have
big for my
my
pinky finger.
grandmother's wedding set.
Mhm.
My mom's wedding set has one of the diamonds from it in her engagement ring. And I also have my mom's and dad's wedding sets. So, but they're all too small except for like dad's wedding ring. But it is so bunged up because he always wore it to work and stuff. And yeah, it's a mess. Unfortunately, it's pretty much scrap metal.
This one I think is kind of cool. It's orange. What color? It looks kind of pink to me on the camera.
Yeah, it looks like a pinky coral on here.
Yeah, it's a coral, but it's more on the orange side than the pink side.
Yeah.
It is a 6.5 as well.
Yeah, it's hard to get just the right colors shining through.
Right?
Lightest lighting variants can totally change the palette.
Okay, I forgot what size it said it was. 6.5. It's one thing getting all my little bags worked out and my little writing in there, then posting them on Poshmark and on Facebook Marketplace, and getting them ready for a sale. Are you going to feel like doing the sale tomorrow? HotMess?
I should be fine to do it.
Okay.
I figure if I start feeling bad, I'll just let you know and then
Right.
end it.
Well, we only do an hour and a half anyway, so.
Right. I should be able to get through an hour and a half.
Right. Oh, this one's kind of cool.
I had to come inside to get tea. I'll be right back. I have to mute myself until I get past the kids.
Okay. That was a size 7.
Oh, that's why. It is so hard to work black thread on black beads.
Oh, I bet it is. I just thought about what you said. That would be like, oh.
Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't help that when I started this like 15 years ago, my eyes were in pretty good shape. But now,
That's how long you've been working on that little pouch?
yeah, I did one panel of it, the back panel with the Celtic knotwork. like
Right.
15 years ago. But then, Mom started having health issues and, what have yous, and it got
Life
put up,
happens.
and I couldn't find it for a while because, we had to do that big move and everything. And when I finally unearthed it, I was like, hmm. So I put it in the cabinet because, I was still in the middle of that chaos. And I just found it here a few weeks ago, and I was like, I'm going to finish that. So that's what I've been working on. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to continue with it. And it's questionable as to how long I will be able to. Because, of course, I have a kitten in the house. So far, she hasn't really given a hoot about beads thread and all that. So,
Right.
but if she suddenly takes a liking to them and starts wanting to attack my thread and stuff, then I'll have to put it up until we get past that phase. Work on something less expensive.
Yay.
But so far,
I
so
was
good.
listening.
She's literally asleep right here beside me.
I call her a little munchkin. I can never remember her name, but you know who I'm talking about when I ask how Munchkin's doing.
Yeah.
Look at this one.
Her name is Esme or Esmeralda. Her middle name is
that
Faye,
cute?
Fae.
Is she Faye?
You would think so.
Huh. This is a 5. And it fits my pinky. It's really unique.
Hello, Thomas. How are you?
Hey, Thomas. How are you, darling?
Or as they say, good day, mate.
Yep.
I can't talk.
Him and Grace do that back and forth. I'll tell her. I'll say, Grace, Thomas said, "Good day, mate," and she goes, "Good day, mate." It's so funny. She goes, "Am I doing it right?" And I said, "I have no idea."
I try, but I'm hick enough that
She sounds more sassy than Australian. But she tries. I give her credit. It's hilarious. They've been doing that back and forth for about a month now.
Mm-hmm.
When my niece, who's now 50, was a kid, her family lived in Australia for 10 years because her stepdad worked on the offshore. And this is back in the 80s. And when she came home, and after she came home, a couple of years after she was home, she found her old diary. And so she let me read it. Wow, the words they use for things over there. Like we went to a piss up party. That meant they went to a kegger. I mean, just some of the words that they said in Australia were way different than here.
Well, that would make sense. All beer does is make you pee.
Right.
I told you about the other YouTuber. I was all dressed up. I was ready to go to a wedding. She goes, "You're going to be like the lady of the evening." I'm like, "No." And she goes, "Wait." I'm like, "What does that mean for you?" And she goes, "You're going out date night." And I'm like, "Oh, no. See, here, that means something totally different." She goes, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just called you that."
Yeah, and you're like, no, not one of those.
I figured that it meant something different there than it does here. So I told her what it meant here. And she was so embarrassed. I'm like, "Look, I was confused." Because I'm like, "We're supposed to be friends, and you're calling me a hooker."
There seems to be a lot of those. I remember reading an article years ago. The gal that played Hermione on Harry Potter, Emma Watson, was in university here in the States in the middle of a test. And apparently she jumped up and screamed that she needed a rubber right now. And everybody was like, what? It totally disrupted the class. And, of course, here comes the teacher, and, she's like, I need a rubber. And he was like, can you show me what you mean by you need a rubber? Point, if somebody has one on their desk, point it out, something. Well, it ended up being an eraser.
Right.
And then she was educated there that in America that this is what a rubber is, and you're screaming for one in a classroom in the middle of the
Right.
test. She was mortified.
I bet she was.
Absolutely mortified. So
That's
she learned a new American word that day, eraser, because I doubt that she ever screamed rubber again in mixed company.
right.
But
This one's
Now
a
that she
size
knows what it is.
5.
it's just cultural, you know. You move to a
Right.
different place, you got culture shock, and then you're trying to learn all these words. And
And the culture.
yeah, some of those word differentials can be a bit embarrassing.
And this isn't even a fourth of the jewelry. I mean, I kind of skimmed like I did a scan and showed a hot mess earlier.
You got some nice
Crazy.
pieces in there.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hey,
Susanna.
Chronicles, how are you? I got a bunch of jewelry in today, and I am prepping it for the buy it now sale. So keep your
Yeah,
eyes out.
labeling, sizing, cataloging,
Yep.
making notes, bagging them up,
Yep.
all that
Getting
fun
them all
stuff.
ready. So
She's getting organized.
I'm
Hi,
anal that
Susanna.
way.
Don't
You-
even just say that way. You're anal in a lot of ways. I'm gonna tell your secret. I'm gonna lay them out right now. Don't take this woman off, cause woo.
Right. I am anal retentive. I was very good at my job. Let's put it that way. This is great. Just listening to you ladies talk. Well, thanks, Thomas.
Yes, thank you, Thomas.
You
Well, that's the
you would still be
equivalent of
good at
like
that
being
job.
diligent and thorough and
Well, let me
kind of
tell you what I did and when I had a real job before I got sick and had to medically retire. My real job was I was a compliance officer in a collection law firm. I hired, fired, trained, monitored about
were you
250 people on my floor. I never once had an AG complaint or violated the FDCPA. My collectors do things the right way, or at all. So you
interesting.
have to be very organized to do that type of thing.
The last physical, secular out and about job that I had, I managed a cake and candy supply store slash used bookstore. One half was one and one half was the
Oh,
other.
nice.
And
That's
then
heaven.
upstairs and next door on both sides, and then around the corner on Main Street, there was also apartments above all the businesses, and she owned all those buildings.
Right.
So I also managed and did the maintenance on all the apartments. So plus I did odd jobs here and there for her, like over at her home. I helped her
see,
move.
this one's missing a stone, so it will go into my craft box.
She was an elderly gal, so I kind of, did whatever I could to help her. And she was taking care of her mom, who was like ancient, But I also sat with her mom a few times when she needed somebody to stay with her because something came up, that she had to go, I don't know, out of town for a medical appointment or something like that. I would sit with her mom. We just have to close the store, and I would sit with her mom while she went out of town and attend to her mom's needs, making sure she had meals and,
Right.
transfers, empty her cath bag, whatever she needed, medical, cook her supper, whatever. Um, so it was just kind of a jack of all trades kind of position, really. But it allowed me to do construction. Like one of her buildings, the one
This one's stamped 0.925, but it's gold in color.
Sometimes that happens.
Or maybe I'm seeing the numbers wrong. I'm gonna have to take a picture of it and blow it up to see. Can y'all? I'm sorry. I'm acting like y'all can see this. You see this?
Sorry, I'm texting.
No, you're fine. I gotta take a
My
picture of
sis
it with my phone.
contacts me.
It could be silver with like a gold plate over the top of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture because of my old age and my weak eyes. I usually have to get my.
Sis was checking on me and make sure I was all right because we had storms rip through here. Set off a bunch of my GCFI outlets and things along the walls, and which kicked the circuit breaker, and so lightning struck very near. She was making sure I was all right. I haven't told her about any of that though. I won't till she gets home because she freaks out. If I wait until she gets home tonight, then tell her, and I'm like, I'm still here. The house hasn't burned down. Obviously, I'm just fine. But if I tell her at work, she'll fret for the rest of the shift, and she don't need that. Especially,
Right.
there's absolutely no reason for it.
I'm trying to see what this thing says on this ring. I can't tell. I'll try it again later. When it's like daylight, I'll take it outside during daytime and get a picture of it. And natural light, that usually seems to help things. So, Susanna, what are you up to today?
Did you ever watch the challenge I was telling you about? Oh my gosh, my brain is not working. The hot nut challenge that Kim and Tina did.
No, but I remember you telling me about it.
Yeah, those ladies are crazy. And I mean that in the most loving way I can. But why would you do that?
I didn't get it. They are sweethearts, love them dearly, but that is for like 20 somethings, not people that's already got stomach issues and all kinds of crap, which they both do.
Right.
Like seriously, go ahead and
I mean,
burn a
I
little.
don't, and I still wouldn't. Now, if it was just spicy, that's one thing. But what was it? Carolina Reapers?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I know
Not
better.
worth it for me. I'm not gonna die over a nut.
I like
In
spicy
any way, shape,
food,
or form.
but if your ears are burning and your nose is running and your throat's on fire, I don't like it like that.
I
I
tend
thought
to
they
eat
were
pretty
joking
mild.
when I heard about it. I didn't think they were really going to do it. And then they went
Mostly they
live and I
did.
watched them. I was like, oh, you guys are nuts. No.
Yeah, that's not something I would have done even in my 20s because I don't like spicy or hot food. I like my stuff pretty bland. I always have.
I like spicy, but I prefer my ears not burning.
I don't mind a little bit of spice, like if I'm eating Mexican, but
And that's not even that. Well, what I had wasn't that spicy.
well, I tend to do the mild Tex-Mex, and that's about as far as I will go. Authentic Mexican, I just don't have the taste for. I grew up on Tex-Mex. That's what I love. So my go-to is like Taco Bell. We used to have a Taco Tuesday, but they closed. So all we have now is Taco Bell.
That's what I'm used to. I
Mexican.
was telling Abstract that yesterday, and I'm like, I'm used to Taco Bell. My parents are like, I can't even tell you what the name of the restaurant is. Whatever it is in town. It's like La Pachanga or something like that. And they're like, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't eat real Mexican food. Like, I eat Taco Bell. I don't know what anything you just said.
Yeah, Taco Bell is Tex-Mex. It's not authentic Mexican.
She's telling me, like what they have, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. And she go into details on what's in it, and I'm like, oh, that sounds okay. And then she tells me something else, and I'm like, I looked at her funny. She goes, it's pretty much just tacos, and I'm like, Well, no, I'm good. I ended up getting I don't know if I can say it right, chimichanga.
Yeah, that's the right word.
Ah, yay! I couldn't say it right yesterday. No matter how hard I tried, the word just nothing. I was like, it's got chicken, it's got rice, it's got cheese. That's what I had, but I can only
Usually,
eat half of it.
yeah. When I go, the few times that I have gone to authentic Mexican, usually what I end up getting is a mild Sancho. They're the size of the plate. I eat like a fourth of it, and I always just automatically ask for a to go box because there's no way I'm
Right.
gonna eat it all. And yeah, I just like cut off like a portion, the rest of it I put in the to go box, and then I'll have a few chips and salsa with it, and there's my meal. And I will take it home and get 3 more meals out of it.
Right.
You
Exactly.
know, you
I
know.
had dinner last night and lunch today, and a snack in the middle of the night with the chips and salsa.
I just can't
I
eat
didn't know they did that.
all of
I
them.
I forgot that Mexican restaurants they give you a thing of salsa and a thing of chips,
Hmm.
and there's like a little bag and like these little containers. I'm like, why did they give us marinara with Mexican? And I didn't
That's
realize it was salsa.
that's salsa. Oh my God, that's
Mom's
funny.
like, try it, you'll like it, and I'm like, but it's not yours. She goes, no, just try it, you'll like it. I try it. I'm like, it's good, but it's still not mom.
Oh, I didn't know Misty just went live. Oh, Tuesday night must be a sale night for her.
Tuesdays and Saturday, I think, are
I
her
just can't
shoot
keep
nights.
up. Well, normally ours is during the day, but tonight was a work night, work thing. So, and we
Yeah,
That's
but
only have
fine. I
it's a
mean,
work it's a work hangout. It's not in competition with an auction.
right, right,
Either people
right.
come and people go. It's not going to affect sales because there's no sales. So
right.
don't worry about it.
We're just chatting and working.
Yep.
And my dog is sleeping and pissed.
Well, I got
Off
the
it.
bottom on this thing.
So
So
far, I've
now,
done 16. Wow. I can make back the money I spent just off the rings alone.
yep, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah. The lady I met today that this came from, she was very pretty to begin with. Um, she was very buff. She's a bodybuilder now. She quit smoking in 2017 and she started lifting weights after that. And there you go. Now she's all healthy and stuff.
I
Your
lost.
4-year-old friend is out here.
What?
Your 4-year-old friend.
Uh oh. Hello.
She said hello.
Hello.
Being a good boy.
Are you being a good boy?
This
Just
is
watch your mouth. We'll
oh
get in trouble. So
yeah,
yell at us
mine.
both if you cuss.
He said she would die. And he was going to
No, I said she's live. I didn't say she died.
You think she'd be that calm, cool, and collected about it?
Right.
Adorable.
I like that,
And
right?
like he's Beast Man with Cody, and he's a 4-year-old with Abstract.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here he's both of those, and he does an old man voice. He does a lot of them. Oh goodness! And there's never a dull moment. Even when everybody's sleeping, that's when the cats start body slamming each other. That's what I got woke up to at 3 o'clock this morning was Timmy body slamming Maxie because he wanted in the bedroom and he was trying to stop her. Like, oh
Wow.
my gosh. I thought one of the kids fell out of bed again. Just like with the big tree limb falling. It sounded like somebody fell out of bed. I opened the door to go check on Andrew, and Timmy like hops like a bunny away from me like he's in trouble. And Maxie just looks at me like, are you going to get him? I'm not
You
even
should
awake
have
to
seen
comprehend this.
the look on my dog's face after they took him and gave him what they do? They clipped his nails. They took blood from him. They put a thermometer where the sun don't shine. And then the guy brought him back to me to wait for the doctor to come in. The look, if looks could have killed my little dog, I would have been under the ground.
Well,
He was
yeah, you
not
let him get probed.
Yeah, he was not happy at all. And
Are
then
they
there was
ever?
people that had small dogs in there, and he wanted to play. He was crying because he wanted to play, but of course, nobody wanted to play with him. Then there was a lady in there with a big dog that she could barely even hold on to that kept trying to lunge at my dog. She had a muzzle on him, which means he's an aggressive dog. And
That's
I
never
was
good.
like, "Ooh." It made me nervous wreck by the time I got out of there.
Yeah, if there's an aggressive animal in the waiting room,
Yeah.
I don't stay in the waiting room. I go to the counter, say,
Mhm.
here's my phone number. Text me when you're ready for me. I'll be sitting in the parking lot in my car.
Well, I did
Just
not have. They
my
brought
animal.
the paperwork to me. They tried to hurry me in and out because I was out sitting there on oxygen. So they were like, "Let's get her out of here."
They know that I'm not going to stress my animal by having an aggressive animal in its presence. So
Well, I told her, I said, "I think I need to get some CBDs or something for my dog." I said because when they do, fireworks or like when the maintenance people are here, or like last week they had what 2 weeks hot mess that they had like grounds people here doing stuff and getting
Yeah,
prepared for some
roughly
kind of
2 weeks. I think
inspection.
it was a little bit longer.
And my dog's a mess. He's a hot mess from it all. Shedding like crazy. He wouldn't
That's
stop
why me and
barking.
him are friends. We're both hot messes.
And he was shaking. He was not feeling it at all. So he's like laying down now on the floor near me because he threw up like, oh, I don't know how many times once we got home. I was like, oh, this is not fun to clean up. Thank you very much. And I just shampooed all the carpets. Guess what I'll be doing again? So,
yeah, it never fails. That's how the timing goes on those.
but he was shook the whole time, like he was going to shake out of his body. But she told me that I can get some CBDs, whatever.
Yeah, CBD oil.
Well, I don't know what it is that she says we have some stuff here for him. So I'm going to. I go back in 2 weeks so he can get his heartworm shot because he doesn't have to do the rabies or any of that other stuff for 3 years.
Yeah.
He's good. And now he goes in go in 2 weeks he'll go back and get his
Follow up.
Crap, that one's missing a stone too. Okay. Well, you can't have it all perfect.
Back when I had my Alex, they didn't have CBD oil. So I used Bach Rescue Remedy, which is flower essence.
Right.
It absorbs through the tissue, either on the bottom of the paws or the ears. I always did the ears. It was more effective there. The paws, it's got to get through, they're callous and takes longer. But yeah, if a storm hit, that's what I would do.
Yeah, thunder makes him not good either. Yeah.
Yeah. Thunder, fireworks.
There's a lot of strangers running around.
Yeah, just anything
All
that stresses.
It's just too much for him because normally he doesn't sit there and shake, but he was shaking so bad I thought he was going to shake right out of his body today.
Mm-hmm.
I felt really bad for him.
Well, CBD is expensive.
Well, I don't know what they have there. Whatever it is at the vet. Today's vet was $200. Thank you. And it's the other 50 is going to come when they do that heartworm shot. But I'd rather give him the heartworm, whatever preventative. I don't want him dying from that stuff.
Yeah.
But knowing that I don't have to go back for 3 years, I'm like, okay, I'm good. And, I've got to get some Benadryl mini melts for babies for his me cough sometimes. It's like I told her, I said, wow, how big is this sucker? This is a 10.
How heavy is your dog?
14 pounds.
You could
Got
just
weight
do
today.
generic diphenhydramine.
I don't know what that
It
is.
doesn't have to be baby.
What's
I had a
diphen-
Chihuahua. It's generic. That's the drug that is Benadryl. Benadryl's a brand name.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't want to pay brand name prices to get their fancy chews, if you're not finding chews in like a generic to make it more affordable, you could just do the tablets, put it in a little piece of something and let him take it.
Yeah, she's like, cut it in half because he's only 14 pounds or you'll knock him out.
My Chihuahua took a full capsule of adult. Didn't knock her out.
Well, I know I'll probably pick it up when I go back from her.
It sounds like they've refined dosing because back in the day, yeah, we had a little Chihuahua. It took a full capsule.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to go to Walgreens and look for some Benadryl.
Yeah.
Melts the baby stuff. They'll have it there. That's a size 9. So most of these are big rings.
Well, back in the day when Tiffy was alive, they didn't have melt. All you had was caplets or capsules.
I never heard. I said, "What are you talking about? A melt? What's melting?" She says they're mini melts, and it's for babies. It's like, oh, did not know that.
Yeah, who knew? I mean, they didn't even prescribe anything, or.
I said, I haven't had babies in my life in years. I said, my daughter is 32, my son's 35, and my oldest granddaughter's 10. My youngest grandchild is 6. So.
Yeah, back in the day, they didn't have. I mean, they had baby aspirin. That was pretty much it.
Yep, and I take that.
There wasn't baby nothing.
I take that every couple of days because it thins my blood too much, and then I bruise and I start bleeding from my nose and all kinds of stuff.
I can't take aspirin anything. My stomach doesn't tolerate it at all. So I don't do any of the anti-inflammatories, any of that. I have to use sea cucumber for my anti-inflammatory, which is natural, works just fine, 0 side effects, doesn't make me tired, does the trick, and it doesn't bug my guts. So.
You said what? Sea cucumber?
Yeah, SEA, cucumber.
Huh.
They're a critter that runs around the bottom of the ocean.
Right.
And they grind them into powder and put them in capsules, and they have amazing anti-inflammatory properties. So if you can't handle aspirin anything, and you can tolerate, you're fine with like shellfish or stuff. Some people, if they're super sensitive, they can't take it. But if they're
my daughter couldn't.
really sensitive, then they're fine with it.
My daughter's allergic to shellfish. That's weird.
Yeah, there's kind of a line there.
Right.
My mom was able to use it, but yet she couldn't eat. She could do shrimp, but she couldn't do like crab or lobster. So, but she did fine with shrimp. So she's kind of on the between.
Right.
And she did fine with it. But yeah, I've used it for years because I have a whole lot of inflammatory that goes on. When you've got so many joints, well, I hardly have any cartilage and anywhere, like trace is what they said, in my entire body. And then you've got a totally blown knee, a blown elbow, 2 blown shoulders, and a spine that needs fused. You need anti-inflammatory.
So did you live a rough life or your body just decided to give it up?
My body has, I've always been a sickly kid into adulthood. They wanted me to classify disabled in my mid-20s, and I refused. They wanted me to file for disability basically back then.
Right.
And I refused. I fought it till I was 36. And finally my doctor said, file or I will do it for you. No more. I was like, okay. Wrote a letter to send in with my application that it was per doctor's request that I file. Mm-hmm. Apparently that's helpful because I was approved in 11 weeks, not 2 or 3 years.
I
was astounded.
Yeah,
But apparently it helps if your doctor's willing to.
because I've heard nothing but horror stories of people with their disability and trying to get
Same
it
here,
through,
and that's what I
how long it
expected.
takes and stuff like that. And when I got sick, it was overnight, boom. And then I was hospitalized I was in ICU for 3 days, but I was in the hospital for 10. I don't remember much until they put me in a regular room.
Hmm.
And they said, okay, you're going to have to file for disability and stuff. I'm like, what? And they gave me an advocate that was out of Texas. And within 6 months, I was completely. They
Well,
had
like
me
you
on.
said,
They had
11
me on.
weeks. 12 weeks would be what, 3 months?
Well, they
So
had me going from doctor to doctor, and each one was like not even trying to. They're like, nope, we can't do any kind of these tests. They just signed the paper and said, go home. Because they send you to their own doctors.
yeah, I went through that, but the fact that my doctor
Yeah, that yours did it up front.
put in that information with my
Right.
application and what have you, apparently expedited things
Right. That makes sense
or
to me.
something.
That makes sense.
Because I was expecting a year or two before I would get approved, and poof, 11 weeks. Came on a Saturday. Didn't believe it. I thought it was a hoax. Waited till Monday. Called the DCSF office and the Social Security office and said, "Is this real?" They were both like, "Yeah, check your banking account. It's probably already in there." And I
Right.
checked my bank account, and I was like, "Holy, um,
Right.
yeah, it was in there plus retroactive." And
Yeah, mine did the retroactive thing too.
yeah, of course,
I
my
got my
retroactive
truck.
wasn't that much because it was like less than 2 months, but every little bit helps. I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
had to wait 6 months for mine, so that's how I bought my little truck.
yeah. Well, mine, like I said, was less than 2 months. I was living with my folks. We had some debt that needed to be resolved, and I just told mom, I said, take the retroactive. Here's my checkbook. Write and pay off these things so we quit worrying about it.
Right.
So she did, and it just took a load of stress off. Hey, Cha Cha. It just helped.
Hey, Chacha.
And then from that point on, I had monthly income. So yes, it's Cheryl, Cha Cha. It's Willow.
I am doing a work night because I got a whole bunch of really Joy would see almost 90% of this or 95% of this has tags on it. So I got this in today, so I'm just getting it all ready because I need to sell it because I want to make my money back first. Definitely want to get my money back first.
Yeah, she's doing basically a working hangout. She's working on pricing and getting things ready for her buy it now auction tomorrow.
It is, Marisha, it is strange. It's very strange. So did you have a fun trip?
Did you find a place where you want to go camp? Make the big move?
Right. Look at this one. This one's
I was
pretty.
told she was traveling, but the only thing I could think
She
of
went
traveling
to
wise was that she was looking because she's
Carolinas and Tennessee. I think she went to both South and North Carolina. Correct me if I'm wrong. And she also went to Tennessee. Cheryl is great help with the working lives. She is.
Yeah, Cha Cha's done working lives, and I've been on and helped identify stones.
Oh my God. I've got one night because I've got a crap ton.
Era and style and what have yous of various like vintage jewelry and that kind of stuff. I suck at name brand, but I can tell you what era that it's either from or is attempting to portray.
Right. It's very nice. I just love it.
My little one just woke up and is sitting here beside me, yawning, squinting. Time
This
to
is
cuddle,
my
because in 5 minutes she'll be a little holy terror again.
six
In
and a
case
half.
anybody doesn't know, I have an 8-week-old kitten that I have been raising since she was about 3.5 weeks old. She's a little rescue.
And we did not find a place specifically, but the area. So, do you know what area you want to be in?
Do you know where you're going to be looking now, or what's the scoop?
Yeah,
Inquiring minds want to know.
that's right. We're nosy BITCHs. Tell us, tell us, tell us.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, yeah, I am very curious. But yeah, personal life stuff, I don't want to hear.
Oh, yeah, I don't either. I don't do that on personal life stuff.
Yeah, I don't. If somebody wants
Mhm.
to confide, they need somebody to talk to, that's one thing.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's just
I don't
random
get
stuff,
in.
not my cup of.
I'm just playing around with her.
Yeah.
We stayed with Jonathan Roseberry in South Carolina for a week and in Tennessee for about a week and a half.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I talked to Jonathan on Facebook. He's a pretty neat guy. Had a rough life, or rough experiences in life, I should say. But he came out of it. He's a good guy. Quit
Right.
chewing on me. It didn't take 5 minutes. It took like 30 seconds. I got like 2 kisses in, and then she started trying to gnaw on my thumb. Ouch. Quit that. You're being a little snot. Be gentle. That's
I was
better.
looking to see if she was going to put anything else in. She sent some. Did she do it on Instagram? Where she posted some stuff. We are picking North Carolina and know what area. Cool.
Oh, cool. Well, at least the trip
I
was.
follow several homesteaders that live in the North Carolina area. I watched them.
Oh,
on
are you gonna live off grid, or is that what? Ow. Okay.
Well, she's going to have to have her internet, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can't be too far off grid if you're gonna do online sales. Would you stop that? Yes, be gentle. That's better.
There we go. I
My
figured you
phone's
went off
acting
because of
crazy.
do what?
My phone's acting crazy. I went to say something and it muted me.
Oh no.
Like, no, you don't get. I don't know.
Yeah, because I haven't muted anybody.
No, she's doing
You know how
regular.
this phone is. It's because of the weather. Like, it's kind of gloomy here still,
Oh
so I'm sure
yeah.
it's messing
You
with the
showed me that
Wi-Fi.
earlier.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it rained, and it rained pretty hard. It was
we had
so dark.
storms
I
rip
did
through
think there was
here
going to be a
earlier.
tornado.
Oh
We had
no.
storms rip through here earlier. We had hail. We had wind. We had
We didn't
lightning
have.
strike very close, and it blew a bunch of my GCFI outlets and stuff, and several of them popped, which triggered the circuit breaker, the main circuit breaker, to kick on that half of the house.
Right.
The house is broke into like 3 sections. It's a double wide, so it's not like all one. And yeah, the one side of the house blew, which I'm in the other, so I still had power, but lost internet because the other side
Oh.
blew. So,
Oh, I got you.
like, damn.
Sunday we had like the that limb that I was telling you that somebody needed to get up there and cut down. Willow.
Right.
It was cracking. Me and Dad went inside. We were in there maybe 2 minutes, and all of a sudden I hear thunk. I'm like, did one of the kids fall out of bed? We look out the window, and the limb that I had just said not long ago needed to come down was laying on the ground. I'm like, well, that's one way.
And it was
Problem
huge.
solved.
It was huge. It took up like half that yard. It was huge.
Yeah, it went from the tree almost all the way to like the middle of the house. Crazy.
Okay, wait. Not off grid, regular neighborhood. You, me, my owl? Faith? LOL. We just had hell. Your owl? I don't know what you mean. You'll have to refresh my memory because I don't know what you mean. But I know that that limb, it took up like half your yard. Because HotMess sent me a picture of it, and I was like, oh, I didn't know what she was sending me a picture of it first. I thought that was like part of a seating area. You know how people make makeshift seating areas? Because I know they have like, this burner thing out there that they can have fires with. And then she's like, no, it fell, the limb. So I had to go to my computer and open it up. And I was like, oh, okay, I gotcha.
That would be a really good idea, except for if it wasn't so dry rot. That's why it fell out anyway. When it fell, it broke into a few different pieces. Andrew's out here yesterday. I showed Abstract a video of it.
Yeah.
He's out here like crisscrossing a couple, picking up another one and slamming it in the middle of it. I'm like, dude, I couldn't even pick that thing up, let alone over my head.
He's a lot stronger than what he looks.
He is. Well, he picks me up and has me across the shoulders and spins me around in circles. He does that to me all
Okay,
the
will
time.
do. Have a good night, Maricha.
Bye, Cha-Cha.
Oh my goodness, I am up to 29 rings that I've done so far. And I still have this to do.
You're making good time on it then.
Look, she even gave me her display thing.
Oh, cool. That'll come in handy.
And the other ones too. I've got 1, 2, 3 black felt displays and 1, 2, 3 acrylic displays.
Well, those will come in handy, like if you're going to do choice.
Yes.
You could just do all one size, do choice, put them on there, hold it up.
Right.
Or you could draw a line down the middle, choice, this is size 7, this is size 8, and split it or whatever, Be really easy to show them that way without it being, too much of a paperwork cluster muck.
Okay, this is a size 5. I don't have that many small ones in here.
That's pretty.
It is, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I like that. Almost looks like an all-seeing eye.
Right? I wasn't going to say it because some people think I'm a weirdo, but yeah, it's what I was thinking when I saw it.
I'm a weirdo. Everybody knows it, so I don't give a flip. People don't like my weirdo-ness, then, They know where the proverbial door is.
Right?
Make sure it hits you on the way out.
There's this one guy I watch. He's always he does 6 videos a week on apartments for rent in New York City. And as he's showing it, he goes, if you like my videos, thumbs up, subscribe. He goes, and if you don't, he said, there's the front door. And he just smiles really big.
Sounds like a car salesman.
Yeah, he's funny though. But man, they went way too much money for and the apartments in New York City are strangely shaped. It's like, oh, here's some footage. We're going to convert this, rectangle with thing into something, a living space. And here in New Mexico, if your bedrooms do not have closets, you cannot call them a bedroom. When you rent or sell, it's not allowed. In New York, they're like, well, here's a room, but you can get you one of those portable, there's no closets. And I'm like, wow, so weird to me.
Yeah, everybody has to invest in a wardrobe.
Well, and most of those things are walk-ups. Well, that wouldn't happen for me.
Yeah.
Nope.
My thing about
here,
bigger
you can't say it's a bedroom downstairs if it's in a basement, if it doesn't have a door downstairs. Like if you have to climb steps to get to the nearest door, you cannot use it as a living space.
Where you're at?
Mm-hmm.
But you have.
I think it's like not so much just where I'm at, but the Midwest because of fire safety reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't get up. Where did my basket of clothes go?
What do they call those bedrooms downstairs then?
Storage space.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're not considered living space.
You're not supposed to have a bedroom. Even though there's windows, you still cannot claim it as a bedroom.
Huh.
That's weird, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't mean that it isn't going to become a bedroom the minute they move in, but they can't advertise it as an additional bedroom and stick you in the butt for it.
They can't advertise this house as a 5-bedroom house just because it has the 2-bedroom-like spaces downstairs.
Wow. Oh, look
You
at that.
have you have to advertise it in a certain way, or you can get in trouble. Is that a D?
Hmm.
That is a D.
Huh.
And it's tiny. It is tiny. Oh, it's not as tiny as I thought. It's a 6.5.
So it'd work as a pinky or a small ring
Ooh,
finger ring for
throw it.
tiny hands.
Look at that.
I do not have. I got my dad's hands. That's why I got.
It's
'Cause
too
I don't-
big for my pinky.
I don't have much weight in my hands anymore. You know.
But look at the back. It's like why is this not as clear as I want it to be? It's like it squeezes or something right there.
Oh, it's adjustable.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just a bypass adjustable.
Yeah, because it like it. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's asked for that one. I don't know how to price those.
Well,
How do you price those?
if people don't like, they're not going to buy. But some people like that.
Uh-huh.
So I would price, similar to what you're pricing the others, maybe a little less.
These are
It's
the
a
other
simpler design.
are 10 each. These these here
Yeah.
are 10.
Well, you could do that one for 6 or 8.
Yeah, because I'm like,
It's
I
a
don't
simpler
even know.
design. Doesn't have as much bling.
So it's number, okay, what number are we
Your
at?
rhinestones, whatever you want to call it.
Yep, number 32.
Just a little
So
less.
do I put adjustable ring, adjustable
Yeah,
leather?
it's just a bypass adjustable. Or you can just call it adjustable. Some people don't get the bypass part.
Yeah, I'll just put the word adjustable because I didn't know what you meant when you said bypass.
Well,
There you go.
bypass rings are the ones that are usually open on the surface, but a
Uh-huh.
bypass adjustable is open and just passes itself on the bottom. But there's no stop or anything like that. It's just kind of open. It's not like the ones where, there's like a stop point.
Well, we did that one at 8. Okay, so let's go to this one. Number 9. It's a size 9.
And it's piggy pink.
It is pink. Oh,
Barbie
wow,
pink.
look, the color
Like
came
that
out
one.
really pretty on that one.
Yeah, Barbie pink, piggy pink.
Yeah.
The pinks always show up. I'm not a pink person.
I know a lot of people that are,
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that are.
but I don't know any that's this style and that color. Size, and it's a 9.
It's got the X's on it, so it could be like hugs.
Well, I know that I've had a lot of people tell me, I wish your rings were bigger. I've got big hands. Well, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
We got them now.
Yeah, people will love that.
Yeah.
What you doing? I put her down because she was chomping, and she just curled up next to me again and went back to sleep. She's just kind of zoning.
This one is like a 7. I wear between a 7 and an 8, depending on the type of ring.
Probably the thinner bands are a 7, the thicker bands are an 8.
Like this one slid over my knuckle just fine,
Mm-hmm.
which I've got
Thankfully,
huge knuckles.
Yeah, thankfully I don't have that yet.
I've had it my whole life.
Well, certain types of arthritis will bring that on.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I just have osteoarthritis and a little bit of bursitis in a couple of the joints. So I'm not going to get the rapid knuckle growth. I do have some bone spurring on some of those joints.
right?
Pretty mild at this point, thankfully.
Somebody's watched us from Facebook and gave us a thumbs up.
Yay.
I don't know who. It doesn't say. It just shows that I got a thumbs up over on Facebook.
Could be somebody just popped over, popped in there and then gave you a thumbs up, moved over here.
Yeah,
or
because I'm on YouTube. I'm on my personal app. Brain Engage. I'm on my personal Facebook page, and I'm also on my artist Facebook page.
Yeah.
So we are live streaming in 3 places.
Oh boy.
Yep. I'm trying to get more of an audience for us for when we do our sales and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to grow your channel.
Yep. Okay, here I saw we had one of these. The one membership.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Except this one's a 7.
Oh, so you got some that are in multiple sizes.
Mm-hmm.
That always comes in handy.
Yep.
You can show them both at the same time and do choice of size whatever and size whatever. And
that makes sense.
Top bidder, or if you're auctioning them, top bidder would get first choice, and then. But if you're doing buy it now, then just the first person in gets first choice.
Yeah, I just pretty much stick to the buy it now anymore.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's, it moves things faster.
Yeah.
At the bid war, which reduces stress for some people. Either they get it or they don't.
Right.
It kills the suspense. But then there's others that, are all about the auction, all about the suspense, but a lot of people.
There's places for them for that too.
Yeah.
There's enough room everywhere for all of us.
Oh yeah, and there's auctions.
I've done the auctions, but I'm just not.
Just kind of over it.
It can be very exhausting. I like this one. Yeah. This one reminds me of an abstract painting.
Yeah.
This one's a size 7.
Kind of reminds me of that teeny tiny print wallpaper with a bit of gold in it, or they had flooring that had kind of a little sprig like that that had a fleck of gold in it. It was like old style.
Right.
Asbestos, kitchen tiles kind of thing.
This is a 7.
Kind of a throwback to those types of prints from back in the day. I think it was like, 50s, 40s, 50s, somewhere in there.
Right.
That one I have to guess on. I wasn't there.
We lost her again.
She said that her stuff was erratic, so.
She's been having a hard time tonight. Dadgum. Yeah.
Well, I know. The storms that are wafting through here are probably going to her next, Thankfully, our storms have calmed, so hopefully she'll get calm before too long. But
yeah, because sometimes her phone gets hot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do panel. I don't go live. I don't watch auctions, any of that kind of stuff. I hardly ever even go online on my phone. I've only done it like twice. One of them was accidental. The other one was because I was out. I was supposed to call an auction. I got held up. I couldn't get home fast enough, and I was emailing the host to let them know that I was going to be a few minutes late to get there.
Right.
And but it fell within. It's one of those channels they chatter a little bit before they start selling, and I was there before the selling began. So,
well, that works.
She basically extended the chatter time by like 2 minutes, and I was there. So, she started up once I got there. So it worked out well.
So this one's an 8. I like that one.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. My problem with the I don't know what you call that kind of cup. It's like a big hunk of stuff on top, not a lot on the bottom.
Right.
If they're hollow underneath, they hold water and pickle my finger. And just the weight, because they're usually pretty chunky.
Yeah.
I can't wear my chunky rings very often. I tend to go for more petite rings that I can wear regularly. I've been wearing them at home again, some of my lighter ones. But when I leave the house, I take them off because 99% of my rings have gemstones in them, and the hand sanitizer alcohols will dehydrate your stone.
Really?
Yeah.
Did
I don't
not know
want my
that.
stones fracturing, cracking, getting destroyed from all the hand sanitizer. And when I'm out and about, I use a lot of it. When I'm at home, I just wash my hands a lot, but I always did that anyway, so. Otherwise, it's bleach water or Lysol water that I wipe everything down with when it comes in the door.
Right.
If I get a parcel, the box gets wiped down. Then I open the box, everything inside gets wiped down.
I've not gone to those extents yet. Probably should.
Well, I'm such high risk that I'm not part of the medical world, but I've been in the medical world as a caregiver advocate for so
Right.
long, and now I'm the patient. You just pick up on stuff, and I've always been super heavy about hygiene and stuff. I was taught first aid and stuff like that from my dad, who was an EMT. So,
Right.
and then I took courses, life-saving, CPR, all that. They weren't, like graded classes.
Is that a train
It
I
was
hear going by you?
It was basically a sit-in at the fire department. When they were doing a class, they invited me to come sit in.
Was that a train I heard go by?
Yeah, it was probably mine. I think we had a train. I'm so used to them. I just don't
Yeah,
hear
we
them.
don't have trains here. I heard it off in the background. I'm like, oh, I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah, if I have my windows open and I'm live, especially at night, yeah, pretty heavy on the trains. But with the house closed up, I really don't think about them.
Well, when you're around trains, you just kind of, it becomes background noise.
We have a lot of trains, and our old house, there was trains. Pretty much any place I rented in town, there was trains, because there's a lot of trains in this town.
Right.
It's an industrial town, and then it's a college town. But the industrial part, yeah, we got tracks everywhere. I mean, literally, the street I grew up on, there was 6th Avenue on one end, and then the street we lived on was a straight through to 12th Avenue.
Now, see, this ring here is flawed. It has all the stones, but see how it's a smooth line going? I'll get over here where you can actually see it. There's a smooth line right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then when you turn it to go this other smooth line, it's not. It's like it sticks up.
So it's just got a it just raises up a little bit, yeah.
And it actually looks like the stone might even be bigger.
Could be that they grabbed the wrong size stone, didn't bother to change it.
It just doesn't look right to me.
Or it lost a stone and somebody tried to replace it and the stone was too big.
It just, if it's the style, it sucks buttermilk. I don't. But I don't want to put something for sale that might be a flaw, or is it intentional?
Well,
that's the sad part.
You could point it out, discount it, like half price. And if somebody can fix it, they will.
Or if they like the way it is. I mean, it may be intentional, but I can't tell.
To me, it looks like somebody tried to replace a stone and the stone was too big.
I'm going to...
I would just bag it separate, offer it as a discount.
Yeah, because I'm going to have to do that because I'm going to... it's been an hour and 20 minutes almost. I usually only stay on an hour and a half.
Time flies.
That's all my body can do. We did 38 rings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're making really good time on them.
On an average, where's my phone? Because there's a couple that aren't $10 in there, but
yeah.
Where's
you
my
could put it in with. You could put it in with, like the cheaper ones, or like I said, bag it by itself. You might find another one that's flawed or something.
So I'm going to say about 36 rings I'm giving leeway here.
Mm-hmm. Give or take.
Oh yeah, I can make back what I spent on this, plus be in the profit if I sold these, got these sold. Not if, but when these sell.
Mm-hmm.
So we will do that. I wonder if Hot Mess is in the chat.
I haven't seen her. She hasn't
I bet
commented.
her phone.
Her phone
But
probably
if the
gassed
house
out
was
of
in
her.
the internet, she may be out for the count.
Yeah.
Let me do a little sneaky here.
Anyways, the street I lived on, 12th
Yep.
Avenue, 6th Avenue. Either way you went, you crossed tracks. It didn't matter. Like I said, trains everywhere.
There are 4 sets of, hold on, I'll show you.
Oh, I like the one with the floral print on them.
This is 4 sets of these.
You're right.
And then there's this one here is brand new.
Excuse me.
And these run, they still have the tags on them. $10 for all of these.
Cool.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they're still tagged.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a nice set.
Yeah, and $10 is a fair price.
Mm-hmm.
And they are very pretty.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm gonna leave them at that price.
Mm-hmm. You can try it at that, but if you have
Yeah.
resellers in here, they're going to want some meat on the bone.
Yeah. I'm not really
I can
good
just
for
try.
it.
I know, but
I do have some stuff that's for them, but until I make my money back on this, it's going to be hard for me to do anything, give deals.
I know.
Too much deals because, but I said put these on Poshmark. I'm going to put them on Poshmark tonight to see if they even last the night. They may not.
Yeah, you never know.
I had a whole bunch of pearls, the faux pearls.
Mm-hmm.
I showed them in one of our lives.
Yeah, I remember.
Nobody did nothing. I put them on Posh and sold one right away.
Yeah.
And then I waited, and then I started putting them on Facebook Marketplace. I've already sold 2. I do better on Facebook Marketplace and Posh. It depends on who's in the video, who's in the YouTube world that wants to buy. I understand there's a lot of them that want just the dollar stuff. I don't have that.
Yeah.
I've got some bundles that I made up. You saw them the other
pearls
day.
are kind of a mood thing. They come and go in vogue. Right. And it seems like there's always pearls in a lot. So it could be that some of the resellers right now are oversaturated with pearls.
Yeah.
Could be some of the buyers are, Well,
and they're probably also looking, like you said, for meat on the bone. And mine are not geared that way.
Yeah, I understand that.
And that's probably the biggest thing is what it is they're looking for resale stuff, and I'm not really geared that way. I do have stuff pulled for that, but I don't know. It is what it is.
I get you, girl.
I am very tired. I think my get up and go has got up and left. But we did an hour and a half. No sense wearing yourself out. I am so glad you were in here with me to chat with while I did this. It makes it so much nicer when you have somebody to talk with.
Mm-hmm. Passes the time.
It does. And I appreciate it. You just don't know. By the way, you probably should start checking your mailbox next week.
Ooh.
Just saying. Okay.
Thank you for that.
Just saying.
And thank you for whatever's going to waft by.
I hope it's something you can even utilize. I'm really thinking that you were one of the few people that will know exactly what to do with it. Oh, thank you, Thomas. I'm going to go. Thank you for being here, babe.
Bye, Thomas.
So sweet.
Take care. Give your little girl extra cuddle
I'm
for
gonna go
me.
and I'm gonna actually go lay down for a little bit. I just don't feel good. So
Just gassed out.
I am. It's been a busy, stressful day, so I'm exhausted.
Well, you got a lot accomplished.
I
You got a lot
get.
accomplished with your puppy.
I'll tell you what, I was so nervous about making this transaction with the jewelry that I actually had embedded in my hand were my nail prints
Mm-hmm.
because I was fretting because I don't, you know,
Yeah.
spend a certain amount. And I did. And I'm like, okay, I got to make all this back now. And this isn't even, there's so much more to show. But
Yeah.
this was just the rings. And I still have some of those to do, but these are more of the, what did you call them? Retractable? What do we call them?
Adjustable.
Adjustable. I've got some adjustable ones to do. And this one here, I'm going to wait till tomorrow because there's something engraved on the side here.
Yeah.
It's stamped in there. And I'm going to wait till I'm in natural light during the day and see if I can't get a better.
Can't suss out what it says.
Yeah. And then that
Yeah.
way I'll be able to mark it appropriately.
Well, that and, tell them, explain and all that.
Right? Okay,
Just describe it appropriately. There we go.
there you go. Well,
I
I'm
found
out
the
of
word.
here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem. I enjoyed myself.
Tomorrow. Feel better.
You too, honey.